My sister and her family died in an accident? I, Tuta Ichijo, am a 27-year-old office worker. And I just got a call from the police. On this day, I lost my family members in an accident. Soon after, a wake was held.
They said the car was almost completely destroyed. They were on a family vacation when a truck slammed into them from behind, causing a pileup. The daughter was the only one who survived. It's a pity that she's the only one left. She's in the hospital now, right? Oh, it's terrible. She's still in elementary school.
My sister and her husband and daughter were on a family vacation with each other's parents. They were involved in a terrible accident when a truck driver fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into them. The only one who survived was Mana, a 4th grader. I heard that my sister was covering Mana-chan, and she protected her daughter at the cost of her own life.
Tota, are you okay?
Minami. Her name is Hazakura Minami, and she's my childhood friend. Although we haven't been keeping touch for the past few years. Yeah, I'm fine. I never thought we'd meet each other like this.
I know. To be honest, it still feels surreal. And I'm worried about Mana-chan. She's too young to lose her parents and grandparents.
Come to think of it, you were Mana-chan's homeroom teacher, weren't you? So that's how you know about Mana-chan. I knew that Minami was Mana-chan's homeroom teacher because my sister called me a long time ago and told me. My sister had been close to Minami since childhood, so she was excited, saying it was fate. I don't know how things have been going since then, but I'm sure that with Minami's personality, she was getting along well with Mana-chan.
Hey, what are you going to do about Mana?
I mean, someone has to take her in.
Do you have anyone in mind?
No. Relatives are still coming to the wake, but most of them were distant relatives. I don't even know if anyone knows Mana-chan. If it comes to it, I'll take her in.
You? Are you sure? You're raising a girl, not a boy.
If no one else takes her in, I have no choice. In the meantime, I'll have to hear how Mana-chan feels. This was devastating for me as an adult. The psychological damage to Mana-chan, who's still a child, must be immeasurable. Above all, Mana-chan's the one who's hurting the most from this accident. So, I want to respect her feelings as much as I can. What happened after that?
I'm going to live with my big brother Tota.
Mana-chan chose to live with me. And so, once Mana-chan is discharged from the hospital, I was gonna take her in. Mana-chan was miraculously uninjured. But as a precaution, she'll be hospitalized for a week to see how she progresses, and won't be living with me until then.
What? So you're really going to take care of Mana-chan?
Minami was really surprised when I told her that night. I have no choice. It's what Mana-chan wants.
No, but are you sure? Can you really raise a child?
To be honest, I only have my doubts. I've never raised a child before, so I didn't have any confidence that it'll go well. And Mana-chan just went through all of that. I had to be very sensitive, and I could only see a difficult future.
I can't help it.
What?
I'll live with you. I'll take care of Mana-chan too.
What? Why all of a sudden?
I've been thinking about it ever since I heard at the wake that you might take her in. I thought it would be difficult for you to take care of Mana-chan alone, so I thought it would be best if I helped.
But you've never raised a child before, right?
What are you talking about? I'm an elementary school teacher. I'm used to dealing with children on a regular basis.
That's true. But I don't want to get you into this.
No, this is exactly the time to rely on your childhood friend. Besides, we have to think about Mana-chan first, right?
That's true. Then, I'm sorry, but can I ask for your help?
Yeah, of course. Oh, where is Mana-chan going to live? Is she going to move into your place?
No, I think I'll move into my sister's house. It would be better for Mana-chan if she didn't leave her current school and familiar home. Besides, my place is too small for the three of us.
Ah, I see. That's a relief. Then I'll move in when it's convenient for you.
Huh? You're gonna move in fully?
Yeah, I've done home visits to Mana-chan's house, but it's big enough for me to move in. Then I can save on rent, utilities, and all that stuff, so I'd like to move in if I can.
That's right. It would be difficult for her to pay rent in two places. Okay, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I'm the one who should be thanking you. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We hung up the call after thanking each other. Whoa. Oh my god! Are you serious? We're gonna be living together! I never would have imagined a day like this would come! I tried to act nonchalant and not be weird, but I've liked her since we were kids. I can't help but get excited by this turn of events. However, Minami's gonna live with me for Mana-chan. If I act out of ill will, it would be bad for Minami, and more importantly, for Mana-chan. So let's hold back and not have any strange thoughts. I told myself that, but I couldn't sleep that night.
Okay, bye. Good night, Tota. I, Minami Hazakura, hung up the phone with Tota, my childhood friend. And then... Yay! Living together with Tota! I've been dreaming of living together. It'll finally come true. I was so happy I went wild on the bed. I can't help it. I've liked Tota since we were kids, but we've recently grown apart. And we get to live together now? Of course I'd be happy. But the first thing we have to think about is Mana-chan. There's no way she'd be okay after going through something like that. I have to do my best to be Mana-chan's mother. If I could get along with Tota on top of that, that would be fine with me. The only thing I'm worried about is if Mana-chan doesn't like me. It'll be okay. We have a teacher-student relationship, but Mana-chan is a good girl, so I've never scolded her too hard. I've scolded her lightly, but that much should be okay. Yes, it's gonna be okay. I told myself that and took another bath for a refresher. Yeah, it's probably going to be okay.
You're fine with this? Asking you to help me clean up the house. The next day off, I came to clean up my sister's house. Then, Minami came all the way down to help me after I told her about it.
Of course it's okay. It's also the house I'm going to live in from now on. Besides, doing all this by yourself would be too much work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I have to clean up my dad's house after this too.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay? We could hire a contractor too.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. I'm more worried about Mana-chan.
Yeah, she was devastated at the funeral. Wouldn't it have been better to let her stay in the hospital instead of going to the funeral?
That's no good. It was her last chance to see her family. So I asked the hospital to let Mana-chan attend the funeral, accompanied by a nurse. It must have been painful, but I thought it would be more painful if she never sees her parents again, without knowing why.
I see. I hope Mana-chan can get back on her feet soon.
That's why I'm here for her. It's times like this when adults have to be strong.
Tota, you've always been strong. You must be going through a hard time right now, too.
Well, I just can't afford to stay down. Crying isn't going to do anybody any good. I've got Mana-chan to take care of, so I have to get myself together.
Tota. Yeah, you're right. But I'm here too, so don't hesitate to rely on me.
Thanks. I'm counting on you. Then, we both worked together to organize the belongings and clean the house. A few days later.
Mrs. Hazakura is going to live here too?
That's right. The three of us will live together from now on.
Nice to meet you, Mana-chan. Yeah.
You might be nervous about living with your teacher, but Minami's a good person, so there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I know.
I see. That's good. I guess she's just nervous now? I can't imagine Minami being strict on them, since she loves kids so much, and I'm sure she knows her well.
Mana-chan, what do you want to eat today? I'll make you anything you want. Hamburger steak. Okay, I'll make you the most delicious one.
You think you can do it?
Yeah, at school we kept our distance as teacher and students, so we'll just have to get closer little by little.
I see. Well, let's take it easy. I only see Mana-chan once in a while too. Even though I've known her since she was a baby, it will take time for us to be like a family. Then, a little while later, come lunchtime.
Brother Tota, feed me.
For some reason, Mana-chan came onto me like this. I've never heard her say this before, but maybe she's looking for a connection after losing her family. Yeah, okay. I nodded and Mana-chan sat down on my lap. And I put the hamburger steak in Mana-chan's mouth. Here. Is it good?
Yeah.
It seems that Mana-chan likes Minami's cooking. After that, she continued to eat with relish. I can't cook, so I'm glad Minami came to live with us. And afterwards?
I'll do the dishes too.
While Minami and I were cleaning up, Mana-chan came over to help. At first, I thought it would be wrong to let a child like Mana-chan do the dishes. But since it would be worse to make her feel left out, the three of us got along and did the dishes. And that night...
Brother Tota, can I sleep with you?
Mana-chan, who was supposed to go to her room to sleep, came into my room. It seems like she doesn't want to sleep alone. Yeah, come here.
Yeah.
Mana-chan is so cute when she acts like this. But I guess her sweetness is a reflection of her loneliness. I tried to be there for her as much as possible, so she wouldn't feel lonely.
Mom, Dad, why did you leave me?
Mana-chan was crying in her sleep. She's trying her best not to show it when she's awake, but the heartbreak of losing her family was there. What could I do for her? That's all I could think about. When one day,
I wonder if I'm in the way.
Minami came saying that while Mana-chan was taking a bath. What are you talking about all of a sudden? I never said anything like that, did I?
Mana-chan acts sweet to you, but somewhat distant from me. I wondered if I was a hindrance to Mana-chan.
I wanted to be there for Mana-chan, and kept spoiling her, which made Minami feel alienated. She does her best to do household chores such as cooking and cleaning for Mana-chan, and tries to play with her, but Mana-chan's attitude towards her is certainly distant. I wonder if there's a wall since they were teacher and student. It's gonna be okay. You even said in the beginning that you just have to close the distance a little bit at a time. Don't be so anxious. Your presence is helping us a lot.
Okay, I understand.
I don't know what to do. Minami is the type of person who cares a lot about relationships after all. If I don't do something soon, the distance will grow. Thinking that, I decided to take immediate action.
What? You're not coming home, Brother Tota?
I have to go on a business trip for 3 days. Will you stay at home with Minami?
All of a sudden?
Yeah. A little problem came up, so I have to go. So you take care of Mana-chan.
Yeah.
And then I left the house.
Well, it's just the two of us now. Let's get along, okay? Yeah. Awkward. Tota, you need to think more carefully. We just talked about this the day before yesterday. Why would you leave us alone? Mana-chan might not even like me. And although I resented Tota at the time... Teacher, can I sleep with you? Mana-chan came to me while I was asleep. Hey, she doesn't dislike me as much as I thought? No. Oh, of course, let's sleep together. Thanks. Mana-chan thanked me and climbed into my bed. I was worried ever since she started avoiding me at school, so I'm glad she approached me. I'm glad. I thought Mana-chan might dislike me, so I'm happy you came. Dislike you? Why? Huh? Because you were distant from me at home and at school. That's because I get nervous when the teacher is at home, and if I act friendly at school, people would get angry at you for favoritism. That's why I tried to stay away. Mana-chan! Mana-chan, what a kind and good girl! Teacher, I can't breathe! Oh, sorry, but I'm so glad you didn't dislike me. I don't dislike you. If anything, I like you because you're so kind. Mana-chan, I like you too. Teacher, I can't breathe. I'm sorry. I was so moved that I hugged Mana-chan over and over again, which suffocated her. I apologized, and after that, we both slept together on good terms.
3 days later, I came home.
Here, Mana-chan.
You guys got along so well! I figured if I left them alone, Mana-chan and Minami would get closer. But they exceeded my imagination. What happened while I was gone?
Brother Tota! Welcome home! Welcome home, Tota.
Yeah, I'm home. Well, if you two are getting along, that's all that matters. Although, I couldn't help but feel like I've lost my place a little bit. One day, half a year after the three of us started spending time together.
When are you guys going to get married?
Suddenly, Mana-chan threw a bomb into the room. What are you talking about, Mana-chan?
Yay! Yeah! Why all of a sudden? Well, because you're in a relationship, right? That's why I was wondering when you're getting married.
We're not in a relationship!
Really? But you two feel the same way, don't you?
Mana-chan points out to me, and I unintentionally look at Minami. At that moment, Minami looked at me too. It's a good opportunity. Minami?
Yes!
I've liked you since I was a kid. I want you to go out with me.
Yeah, I've always liked you too, Tota. So I'd be happy to.
I'm glad. Thanks, Minami.
Yeah, thanks to you too, Tota.
Thanks to Mana-chan, Minami and I started going out with each other. What happened after that? The three of us became like a real family. We were relieved that Mana-chan no longer cried in her sleep. But I'm sure she still has some sadness in her heart. I'm gonna do my best from now on to make my adorable niece, who's like a daughter to me, and my new girlfriend, happy.